Yo, yo, yo. It's your boy, Yosef. Y'all here at Chillfire Productions Studios, Johnson City, New York, aka my motherfucking living room. This video, I want to do a how-to basic beat making in Fruity Loops Studio 11. There's a lot of different ways to do it, but what I'm going to do is show you a lot of different techniques, show you some cool plugins, show you some, just some basic stuff on if you're clueless and you want to get started. So I'll show you guys how it's done. Welcome to Chillfire Productions. Okay, first off, there's going to be three main parts to your FL Studios. Right here, this window I'm moving around. This is your track window. Right here, up here, this is your pattern window. Now, it usually starts with a kick, clap, hat, snare, something like that. I got something else going on. And then here is your mix window. This is where you're going to mix everything. Normally, I start with the drums. Well, I can't even say normally. It just depends. But today, I'm going to start with the drums. And this is a plugin that's found right inside Fruity Loops, FPC. Okay, and I'm going to go up here, Channels, Add One. FPC. That's how you get that. That's how you get to all your other plugins too. Okay, what this is it's a beat pad. You can drop samples in wherever you want them here. Why? You get a blank kit, you click in this little folder, you can search your computer. Look at that, I got a bunch of samples. Okay, also now I got that tied to my bottom 8 pads. And that's kind of something like what I made here. Touch the base a little bit more on what this is. This is a piano roll. This is showing you, there's the sounds that I chose in my kit right here. And this is those sounds up and down versus time, left and right. Now I chose 112 beats per minute for this because there's a song that I like this had a similar tempo. Okay, you might not be able to see it up there. That's where you change your tempo. Now if you got a beat in your head, what you want to do is turn on your click and start clicking in that beat. Now if you record and your stuff is not lining up to these blocks, 1, 2, 3, 4, and in between those you see you have 1, 2, 3, 4 as well. That's what's going to keep you in sync, in time. You need to always pay attention to that. You can't just be dragging it off, otherwise when you loop it, it's going to sound like shit. Now, you're saying, Joe, your Fruity Loops looks kind of funny. I have mine stretched across 2 screens. So, typically, you'll see all this just in this order and everything like that, too. But usually, this whole index will be to the left of all that. I've just moved all my normal transports up there, and then I've left this over here. Now, we've got the drums. What do you want to do next is add sounds. And now there's a lot of sounds right there within Fruity Loops itself, and some of them are good, a lot of them are good, but a lot of them are junk. The kit that I did, as I showed you before, I pulled in my own sounds from download packs. You can download them on the internet. You can create your own noises and drop them right in there. Now, but what we want to do to add to this beat, that's a cool beat. And maybe we want to make some switch ups and change ups later on, but we need some sort of melody, and then harmonies to go with it, sounds, instruments. Okay, so now I could pick any one of these sounds over here, like these whatever they are. There's a whole bunch of crap over here. Bell. I can drag that and just drop that right here, and then now I can play that however I desire. Here's the module for it. Well, but I don't want to use that bell, so we'll get rid of that. Delete that. Okay. But what I want to do is play with this new plugin that I got. I'm going to add one, and it is through the contact player. It is called Rev. It's pretty badass. So I'm going to load that up here. It takes a minute to load. And then we're going to make some okay, melodies. Here it is. This is Rev. This is a cool plugin. It's a $200 plugin. It's based on reversed instruments. That's just the main preset that comes up. Don't forget, when you pull any of these plugins open, try playing with some of these little knobs or filters and you know, see what they do, because you don't want to use a plain sound. Even if it sounds cool when you open it, you might want to spruce it up a bit, especially considering that other people can buy these and own them too. It's not entirely, you know, only your sound. I think I came up with a pretty cool melody. It's super basic, and now I don't know my sound theory too well. I don't play keys, but that doesn't mean you can't necessarily compose and write music. You should take sound theory into account when you're done, so that way you can know that you're on key. You know, and you're not writing stuff that just is going to sound like crap. Now, what you want to do to record your pattern, I didn't show you this on the drums, I already had them done. You go up here, and I've got this labeled drums, okay? This is your patterns. +1, we're going to name this, let's see, what is it called? It's a pulse, it's called Bite Her. So we're going to name it Bite Her Pulse. Bite Her Pulse. Or just Bite Pulse. Fuck it, keep it simple. Alright, so this is the Bite Pulse pattern. And now the pattern I'm choosing, since I'm not an amazing keyboard player, this is it's an arpeggiated pulse. Notice how it kind of doesn't just do one sound like a keyboard? Well, that's because it's fucking badass, bro. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to arm to record up top where the glare is on my screen, and then once you click play, it's going to count you in. Click, 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 boom. And sometimes you'll get a message that comes up here, what do you want to record in? It'll say, you want to record in everything. You could do automation because we're doing MIDI notes right now, but I just select everything and I'll have it kept there. Because sometimes I'll do vocal recordings, and that happens over here. That I'm not going to show you today. But anyway, here we go. Check it out. So on my left screen there, I've got my piano roll window. Okay, so there's my notes. You can see I accidentally hit that one on accident. Probably saw it. Let's straighten these up, though. We want to clean it up. Let's make them, you know, I had the basic idea there, and I was close to the timing, but let's just make it exact. Now, this is something you want to pay attention to up here, this magnet. It's called your snap. If you want to be on beat, fourth beat, anything like that, you want to be specific, unless you're moving around something that needs to be ever so slightly moved. That is the only time you would actually ever want to move off 1/4 beat or beat, or sometimes you'll go up to 1/4 step. That's when you're doing those crazy hi-hats. So there it is. I just fixed this. So now let's play this again and check it out. This is where you move your patterns around up here. Let's say we want that to intro us in and cue us in. Do something like this. And then check it back to this drop. I might mess with that melody a little. Something's off. But okay, I ended up changing the pattern and the sound entirely. I didn't like what was going on. Tell me it takes brains to play that. Not really. But what I want to do is I'm going to add some layers. That's one sound. That's that rev sound. I want to actually layer this with some other virtual instruments. So I'm going to add another, I don't even know yet. We'll figure it out though. And I'll I'm gonna make a fat that is lead. Sounding pretty fat boy right there. Glide is a beautiful thing. Now let's add some effects to that actually. Delaney here. I like to throw guitar rig onto a lot of synths. Guitar rig. Now let me remind you that contact, this guitar rig, this other plugin I used, Alto. They're not free plugins. I had to buy them. Well, actually, Alto I got free with a computer music magazine. Now you want this right here, this channel settings. This is how you assign these different sounds to different effects. I'm assigning that to effects 1. Assign them both. Actually, just assign the first one to the effects 1. I think I'm going to do the second one to 2. Now that's the same pattern, but they'll be doing different effects as I can translate over here between 1 and 2. Let me add some stuff to juicing them and fat. Here's something quick I want to show you guys. This is cool. It's a filter modulation. Now what I did was I made a pattern up here called intro filter mod, and what I'm actually filtering is I'm filtering the just with an EQ. But what I applied it towards is it's on. I actually put it on my main track, but my main track in the beginning where I want it, it's just the main synth. So I didn't want to apply it to just the main synth because the main synth loops. And I don't want it going on throughout the song. I just want it in the main track, the whole track, just for this intro part that has the main synth. Now check out what I did though. I recorded an automation which shows up here in a piano scroll, and it shows the different things that I did with the EQ as far as it gives it visuals to what this is actually visually doing. Now let me play it for you and you'll see. See it visually moving there? That's reflected right here. And I just recorded it and dragged it with my hand, but then I came through here on the piano scroll and tightened it up. You can get through your different adjustments there. That gives it this quiet kind of starting out in a cave kind of sound, and then it modulates into or automates into almost something really strange there. Then it comes right back into what it's gonna stay at. Pretty cool, huh? Alright. I got some effects going on my plugins. I'm already snapping a crack because my CPU blows. I need a new computer. But I got the main idea, and now what I'm gonna do next is I'm gonna go through and fuck the shit out of this beat. No homo. But I'm just gonna screw with it like crazy. I'm gonna change up the drums. I'm gonna add drops. I'm gonna add sweeps, swishes. I'm gonna add bridges, the verse, the hook, yada yada yada, and add some harmonies to my melodies. But that I'm not gonna show you. That's just the basics. What I will do though is I will play it for you when I'm done. And of course, gotta throw on a final master. So next thing you're gonna hear is the final master. Check it out. So here is your end result. Full upload will be available on SoundClick probably before I post this video. So if you're interested in purchasing this, or if you're interested in any other help learning how to make your own, get a hold of me, because I can show you how to do it. Yeah.
Chillfire, chillfire, paduca.